So let's talk about how to be a sensual woman, actually. Now, as someone who works with women on how to really step into their queen energy, how to really embody feminine energy, sensuality is a big part of that. And oftentimes, what I have found is that people mistake sensuality for sexuality. And while they are similar and while they are complementary in the same family, they're not the same things. And so, if you truly, truly want to master embodying sensuality and not throwing off your sexuality and your sexual energy in a mismatched way, then you're gonna wanna go ahead and watch this video. So what does it even mean to be sensual? Sensuality essentially means that you are connected to your senses. You are so connected, deeply connected to your smell. When you smell something, you are literally taking it in. When you're hearing something, you're taking it in and hearing it at the highest frequency. When you are touching something or something is touching you, it is literally sending chills all over your body. When you are tasting something, tasting your food, oh my goodness, you are tasting all of the small little flavors. You're noticing all of the details. When you are seeing something, you are seeing something in the highest color. And a sensual woman has heightened her response to what it is that she's experiencing in her world. And this is what creates massive amounts of pleasure and the ability to hold and receive pleasure. So again, sensuality is simply about being connected to your senses. It doesn't have anything to do with sexuality, but when you are a sensual being and a sensual woman, that naturally enhances that sexual energy. It naturally exudes sexual energy, which is why it often gets intermingled. So, what are some things that you can start doing today to actually start tapping more into your sensuality? So, the very first thing is slow down. Slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down. I see so many women rushing about their day. They're walking so fast. And I want you to keep this in your mind that as the feminine, you have a very expensive energy. The feminine is the more luxurious energy. I want you to think about when you see a beautiful flower, how you want to sit there and admire it. You don't want the flower to go and just blow away. You want to admire it on the vine. Maybe you even pick it and put it in your hair. This is why we love flowers. This is why as women we love receiving flowers, most of us, is because it signifies that beauty, that feminine energy, that feminine essence. And being able to admire flowers enhances your sensuality. It's the colors, it's the smell, it's how it's beautifully arranged. So again, the first thing is, how can you start slowing down? When you are walking down the street, how can you actually turn your head and start noticing what is around you instead of having your head straight forward or looking down at your phone or not really being present? How can you make more eye contact with people? When you're walking on the street, how can you actually catch their eye and just say hello? There is so many beautiful opportunities that often get missed because that eye contact isn't there, because we're so much on autopilot. We're so quick, we're so going, we're here, we're there, we're everywhere. And something that I often hear from a lot of women is, well, I got things to do. I've got the kids, I got work, I got this, I got that. We're in a tight schedule. And my love, you have created your life that way. You have created your schedule that way. And you have decided that that is the only way that you get to operate. And the beautiful thing about that is that you get to change it. If you want to start experiencing life a little bit more slower, then you've got to start creating more space for that. And maybe that will require you to set a little bit more boundaries. Maybe this looks like waking up a little bit earlier so you literally have time to ease into your day. So nobody is controlling your day. You are controlling the day. The second thing is stop intellectualizing so much. I work with some of the most incredibly brilliant women on the planet. They are extremely self-aware, and oftentimes what I have found is that is often a defense mechanism to not being in your body. And your sensuality is all about being in your body. And so if you are someone that loves to connect with people through the mind and intellectual things and philosophy, that is amazing. And if you know that you're someone that struggles to be in your body and be able to express in a vulnerable way, then you're going to want to practice shifting a little bit out of the intellectual mind, coming up with concepts, and allowing your body to start speaking for you. Allow yourself to start sitting in more silence and hearing what your body is feeling and wants to come up. And chances are you're probably hiding a lot of deep emotions and feelings that you don't want to feel and you're trying to stuff down so you go up in the mind. And you must allow that to come up to the surface. That is absolutely one of the most beautiful things about women, is our ability to be able to express from our hearts and our bodies. It is a completely different frequency when someone can feel that you are speaking from your body. It feels like honesty rather than coming up with something in your mind. The next thing, and this may come as a shock to you, is stop trying to avoid pain. There's a beautiful dichotomy with all of this. Pain and pleasure are the exact same things, they're just at the other ends of the spectrum. And so a lot of times we want to be able to receive more, we want to be able to have more pleasure in our lives, we want to be able to have more fun in our lives, but then we don't want to feel the deep emotions. We don't want to experience vulnerability. We don't want to experience potentially getting ourselves hurt or heartbroken. And so we put up all of these defense mechanisms. We avoid not connecting with people too deeply. We have all of these boundaries and this and that to guard ourselves from not experiencing pain. And it's totally understandable, because who wants to feel pain, right? Who wants to feel pain? But if you can learn how to witness pain the same way that you witness pleasure, when you are experiencing pleasure, you're not thinking about how to get rid of this pleasure. You're not thinking about, how do I get rid of being happy? I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here. If you can allow the same thing for when you experience pain, when you experience sadness, when you experience grief, when you allow it to just be there, and have its moment and have its time, there's so much beautiful medicine in that. And that is what allows you to experience deeper pleasure. The fourth thing is move your hips more. Move your hips more. Your sensual energy is based inside of your sacral chakra, which is in your pelvic region or your womb space if you're a woman. And so by moving your hips more, this actually allows the energy to start circulating and moving through your body, and it gets it activated. So shaking your hips, shaking that is literally a healing tool. Join some kind of dance class, join like a floor work class, join a pole dancing class, join something that is in your area that you have access to be able to start swinging your hips more. Even when you're walking, practice start swaying your hips a little bit more. I mean, really fall in love with being a woman. These are the small little things. A woman's sway of the hips. Oh my gosh. And the fifth and final thing to really enhance your sensuality is improve your relationship with God. What this is going to do is it is going to restore your ability to feel comfortable with surrendering. When you repair your relationship with God and strengthen your relationship with God, you start to reassert your position as a daughter. And as a daughter, we get to just rest in God's arms. We don't have to be anything. We don't have to do anything crazy. We don't have to fight for attention. We don't have to prove ourselves. We literally just get to be. And when you start restoring that relationship and start seeing yourself that way, you will start showing up in your life completely differently. You will stop seeking less validation. You will stop trying to fit yourself in a certain way to prove yourself or get validation or get approval, because you have recognized, babe, my father accepts me. My father accepts me for exactly who it is that I am, imperfectly perfect. And this is going to do wonders. This is really going to do wonders and help you to drop back into your sensuality. And the last thing that I want to share is do womb healing. I have an entire separate video on what womb healing even looks like, what it is, what it's about. But womb healing is going to help you to feel more connected to your womb space. And like we were just talking about before, that sacral chakra is really what rules your sensual energy. It's what rules your creative energy. And when we're not connected to that, no matter what it is that you do, if you are not connected here, nothing else will work. It will almost be like putting a band-aid over a bullet wound. So if you have not, definitely experience womb clearing. I will go ahead and leave the link down below to my womb healing sessions. Again, if you truly want to experience being a sensual woman, this is a huge part of it. All right, that's it for this video. Go ahead and leave a comment down below and let me know what is one thing that you are going to practice for the next 30 days to really start tapping into your sensuality. Don't forget to go ahead and like this video, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.